Hey guys, sharing my June Best in Beauty video. These are my favorite products over the course of the last month or so. Things that I think kind of have lended themselves to this time of year, but also just things that I've been reaching for a lot in the midst of a lot of product experimentation. I mean, you guys know I'm reviewing stuff all the time over on the Express channel, here, trying out new things. But even with all that, there are still some things that I find I'm using repeatedly or mixing in or just, you know, working in different ways. And they're just things I keep wanting to put on my face. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in this video. First thing is something that just recently has gotten featured quite a bit on my channels because I've done an Express review on this. This was just shown in my like glowy foundation routine, but it's the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination. I really love the glow factor in this particular product, but it also has the coverage that I really liked from the original CC Plus. I don't think this would be for everyone. I think if you're especially oily, this could make you look even more so. Also, a lot of people just prefer an overall matte finish, and I'm a fan of the matte finish as well, but I do have kind of a normal skin type, and if I want to go more glowy, I can usually get away with it. So wearing this today, I really like the way it looks. I definitely set it with some powder. Today I actually used a little bit of my Estee Lauder Double Wear Loose powder, but if you check out my other video, I didn't quite set this stuff as much and more glow comes through. So it's kind of neat how you can use a setting powder to kind of control how much shimmer and dewiness is actually coming off on your skin. I like the SPF 50, and I don't really talk about it that much, but I love the packaging because the pump style really helps you control how much you're getting each time, and you can keep it consistent. Like, I know I pretty much use one full pump every time, and I can stay consistent with that and not overuse. If you really want to get a feel though for how much glow is in this product and you've got an Ulta near you, I would say check it out there. Swatch it out on your hand and really see for yourself if you think that's something you're gonna like. I hate to kind of like rehash something that I just went over in my last video, but this brush, I gotta say, this is a great brush. If you've got this, maybe you've actually already got this brush stowed away in your collection, because I remember the same style of brush came with a Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer that I got years ago. But this came out again with a QVC Today special value, and I have been loving this for foundations and concealers. I am a total like foundation buffing brush like addict. I've got several that I like so much, going back to my Sigma F80, the F84. There's my Up and Up buffing brush from Target. I've got one from Tarte, Real Techniques. There are seriously like tons of great options, and this is just one that I'm adding to the mix for me because I think this size, pretty similar to the size of the Real Techniques buffing brush, but it's got this also little concealer end, and this is really handy to go around the eye area, but this also for just like kind of stamping over your under eye concealer works really well. I've also been using this with the CC cream. I just had to mention it. I love a brush style application with foundations. I'm still trying out some sponges here and there, but this is the kind of thing that I just keep wanting to reach for. This is honestly like the little roadblock in my collection that I keep wanting to use this to apply my foundation, and I'm not using the sponges as much as I should because I really want to be testing those out. Anyway, gotta keep it real in this video. It's not the things I should like, it's just the things I do like, right? Rediscovered products that I'm loving are these Dream Bouncy blushes from Maybelline. I really think that ColourPop got me back on the train with these products because ColourPop really is an unusual and I think really cool texture. Their eyeshadows, their blushes have this kind of mousse-like creaminess to them. There's a real softness to them as well. I'm not saying like these Dream Bouncy blushes are identical to that because I think these, I don't know, have even more of an outright creaminess to them to the touch. Maybe you feel a little more moisture in these. But I love these, and I've just been doing a lot of blush layering lately. So popping on one of these shades, putting a sheer blush or like a really shimmery blush over the top and enjoying the different effects that I can get. So a couple that I've loved. This one I think was in my cosmetic cocktails video, but it's the one in Peach Satin. So a great peachy shade. If you want even more intensity than this, maybe you're an even deeper skin tone and you want something just, I don't know, a little bit amped up in terms of color payoff, check out Hot Tamale. But the one I'm wearing today that I really love because you can get such a range of looks out of this one, and this is Plum Wine. I feel like this is just in a constant rotation in my collection. Like I'll pull it out, I'm pretty sure I've probably mentioned it in a Best in Beauty video here or there, but it's just so fun. It looks like it would be a total fall type shade, but look at it. Here it is in its sheerest form on my cheeks, but then if you wanted to lay it on thicker, it looks so pretty. This hair is bothering me today. Speaking of ColourPop, I have been trying out some different bronzers and highlights. One highlight in particular that stood out is the one in Lunch Money. It's labeled as Super Shock Cheek and it says Pearlize. But this is so pretty and such a like buttery smooth texture. Oh, I love that. And look at the glow on this. I mean, it's very, very bright. So even if you had really fair skin and you felt like a lot of highlights dulled you down because maybe they were too golden or too bronzy, too deep, this one really pops. And I've already got some on, but this is so soft and so easily blendable. I'll just like barely apply any pressure to my cheeks. Oh, it's so lovely. And with this particular texture, I'm all for powder highlights as well, but this can be very, very targeted to exactly where you want it. Like if you wanted to do one of those like super intense highlights, like right up in here, you know, right at that part where your cheekbone kind of pops out, I mean, you could completely target those zones and just go for a very intense look if you wanted to. So I'm really liking that. For brows, I kind of stumbled across a product. I really did stumble across it. Like I grabbed for it by accident, actually used it on my brows and thought, why do I like the way my brows look so much today? And it's the e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift Pencil, which I have reviewed these, and I've got a couple shades deeper, but one day I randomly reached into my drawer and I grabbed Taupe. And this is a really cool shade, so I mean I can see why it didn't like cause a problem in my brows to use this one. See, it's very cool, but it's not super dark. And I realized that when I'm in a hurry, like I don't need to be coating my entire brow. Like I've got a lot of thickness in there as is, but if I just want to, you know, fill in this little spot on this brow and fill in this little scar over here, this is fine, you know? So I don't have a ton of this in my brows, but for just the little spot fill in, this shade actually works really nice for not adding too much extra depth. Still like my NYX Tame & Frame, still like my Too Faced Brow Envy kit, but this is very fast and I just put on my Control Freak brow gel on top. Here's what it reminds me of, that It Cosmetics Your Brows But Better pencil, which is in a shade called, I think, Universal Taupe or Transforming Taupe or something like that. That is designed to work for pretty much anyone. It's so neutral, and that's kind of the way this is too. Just a couple more things here. The e.l.f. palettes, first off, I haven't had them super long, so I kind of felt funny including them in a favorites video, but I am really loving that contouring palette and also the matte eyes palette. But something I've been kind of playing with a little bit more that I tried and I was like, holy cow, e.l.f., where did this come from? The Prism eyeshadow, and this is in the palette called Naked. OMG, these are so smooth, so beautiful. Looking at them in the palette does not do them justice. I must swatch them for you. I actually already had a Prism palette, and it had like a purple shade and kind of corally shades, and I would have thought that I might have liked that one more for just the uniqueness of it, but for whatever reason these shades just speak to me more. They're neutrals, but they're very shimmery, and I talk a lot about, like, you know, taking your shimmery eyeshadows and then having that matte palette that's your go-to to use alongside. Well, this would be a great partner to a matte palette. But here are these shadows and they feel so good. You can wear them together, you know, but I think they make great little like spotlight shades. This white here is so full on. So I've got that white like around the inner corner, and talk about like no effort, no need to pack it on or really build it up, but just really intensely brightens the inner corner. And then I did a little bit of a gradient effect. I went white to this buttery shade and then to this color, which I think is a really outstanding like kind of bronzy taupe. That's what's happening on my lid for that really pretty kind of metallic shimmery effect. Then what else is on my eyes? I actually used a couple of these purples right here to blend up into the crease and use them on the area under my eye as well. But I just had to mention this. This was sent to me by e.l.f. in the midst of some other products, and I just thought the texture of these was so nice. I know this has been around for a little while now, but I would really recommend it. If they would have put like this exact texture into some of their new palettes, they would be so good. So I love this. As far as lip products go, I have been a lip product testing freak lately. I mean, I've been trying all those ColourPop matte lip colors, still have more to go. Those are a really tricky thing to test out because if you're trying to do them back to back to back, like it's so hard because they're so long wearing. They really cling on there. And even when you think you've got them off, there's still like some remnants. So I'm still testing those, still testing a bunch of glosses from Makeup Forever. And in the time between when I'm not testing them, like I just want something easy. If I'm going somewhere, I want something simple to throw like in the diaper bag, or something that just around the house feels really good on my lips. I've got a ton of like rosy lip balms that I was mentioning in my rose product favorites video. Those are sprinkled everywhere. Love those. But from a color standpoint, just a couple things to mention. My Benebalm from Benefit, this also mentioned in the rose video, because it smells so nice and rosy. I love this. This is a great sheer red. Talk about a great like easy summer rosy red. It's so pretty. I love that. Love it layered on top of Benetint. And also a shade that I get so many questions about, and it's like the easiest no-brainer type lip product ever, but it's the Almay Smart Shade Butter Kiss, which I love these. These are, think Revlon lip butter, but a little bit more luxurious texture, a little more nourishing to the lips, still great color payoff. And this is the shade called Nude Light. They're all separated into like light, light medium, medium, whatever. But this turns out to be a really nice peachy shade. It's got some sheerness to it, but definitely still a lot of color comes through. I personally don't have a ton of patience for super sheer lip products, and this I like this. But today I'm wearing it with just a little bit of my e.l.f. matte lip color in Praline, which is just a slightly deeper neutral, and I just kind of went around the edges just to get more definition on the lips with that. So those are my favorites. One last little thing though, my Bobbi Brown Beach scent. It's that time of year. Oh, I remember getting this last summer. It takes me back to pregnancy because I was using this a lot then, but I got the little roller ball. I think it's so handy, and it just smells so good. Very outdoorsy, a little bit spicy though. Does anybody else get that vibe in it? I really appreciate you taking time to tune in, and also thank you for watching my snaps on Snapchat. I am having so much fun with Snapchat. It is like taking over my life. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.